There is a big BMX event coming to town called Hell Track.
What up, dude?
Through a series of unlikely events, Crew Jones qualifies for Hell Track and eventually races and wins Hell Track. How was that guy?
If you have a sport and you have a movie about your sport, that's it. For BMX, it's rad.
It's like Jack Black.
Rad, the movie, and you couldn't have named it anything else except Rad.
They were gonna call it Balls Out.
The development of Rad came through the writer Sam Bernard, who just happened to see some BMX riders on the street one day.
Sam came to me with the idea, to make a Rocky-esque type story about this new, fast-growing sport called BMX.
Robert Levy and I had worked together on Smokey and the Bandit. This was a little different, and I wanted to give it a whirl. I think the title Rad was a working title. I mean, it wasn't that much in the lexicon quite yet.
And Hal was the go-to guy for stunt movies at the time.
And I just thought it would be a step forward for BMX, and so I said, I took the job.
Hal has a reputation for being rough on stuntmen because he was the highest paid stuntman of his time.
I used to consider myself a pretty good gymnast and athlete, but they were doing things I'm going, how the hell they do that? I mean, a guy was doing a handstand, feet up in the air, riding on the front wheel and everything, and I'm going, wow, what balance, what strength it takes to do that. They were wonderful.
These guys earned their pay.
The free stunts are when guys just eat it great on camera, unplanned, but that's a free stunt. Eddie Fuella as Crew Jones wiping out.
All I remember is getting up from off the ground and saying, where am I at?
I said, Hal, you don't have a really spectacular crash yet. What if I fly out over the top and wreck?
And I said,
What is it gonna cost me?
I mean, if he wanted to make a few bucks, I'm willing to go for that.
What you were seeing in the freestyle opening credits were probably the best riders: Ron Wilkerson, R.L. Osborne, Martin, Eddie, Mike Dominguez. Those are the pioneers, and they're legends, and they're still riding today.
The bicycle boogie scene is probably the most celebrated part of the movie.
Man, the music is what made it, because even to this day you hear Send Me an Angel, and it just, your brain just goes boom.
And the twins in those sort of space outfits doing those funky push-ups and stuff. It was just like, I mean, it was pure 80s gold, right?
Come on, dude. I mean, that was out of time at the time.
Ass sliding.
Just an unfortunate term.
That water was ice cold. I knew I needed blankets and heaters and things when they came out there. I don't even know how the subject came up, but we were trying to think of all kinds of things that we could put in that had never been done before, never been seen on film especially. He built a little ramp and he went up there and come backward, and I said, go no further. Oh, my heart, I'm back.
The qualifying scenes, for me, are the best part of the movie. It shows these guys, unadorned, going through parks as fast as they can.
Even though we're supposed to be acting, you're on your bike, you want to make it look dramatic and all that type of stuff, once we got going, it was a real race.
Hell Track was the, as they say, set piece of the movie. It was the climactic scene centered around a fictional track, and it has elements from almost every discipline.
Hell Track was an experience. I mean, really, if you look at it, it would have been a prelude to the new Supercross tracks. It was the most extreme track any of us had ever seen at the time.
That wall cost $100,000. So I said, if I build this thing, we got to use it,
As we got to the top, Beetle was the first one on top.
Looking at it from the very top and going, gosh, I just want to go down 5 feet. I just want to go down 10 feet. We didn't have time to come back. It was either go home or make this movie.
People think it's a cult classic, and I agree with it, because look what it's done to BMX and to the fans. You find a rad fan, they're a fan.
post.
Oh,
I'm waiting here till that comes out, dude.
Come on.